Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and those who don't know what the hell you are yet. Hopalong PR here, and it's time for the class trial. So good to be here again. So everyone, what? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. Toko is... You really don't remember? Kidding, just kidding. How could I not forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part to the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie. I'll go ahead and drag her here, kicking and screaming. One moment, please. And true to his word, dragging Toko behind him. I didn't want to do it, but he forced me. Can't believe you drag girl around. Oh. Now everyone's here, right? Okay, let's just hustle to the elevator and get the show on the road. See you guys down there.
Let's go.
Shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. She was so gentle, calm, and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. First, someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. It's unforgivable. Again, I have my suspicions of who, but let's go.
It's true.
Let's do this. Stop speculating. This elevator is going to start seeming more and more empty as time progresses. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good, good. You're raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all. Okay then, let's get the show on the road. Anyone, please find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. A deadly. A deadly. Okay, set skills. I think I have new skills. Yep. Sounds good to me. Finish preparations. Let's get this class trial started. I am interested to see if it is Toko, like I'm thinking.
With a basic explanation. If you can
Yes.
punish everyone.
Come on. You act like we're noobs.
Talk about the murder weapon.
Let's make clear what used to deliver final blow. It was the locker room dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Yep. Nope, god damn it. Is that not it? Fine. Let's see what
Fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Agreed.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have
Can
been?
I? God damn it. I should just go through all these first.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
It appears it was.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt? I bet it was an iron pipe.
Nope. There we go. One screen away. God damn it.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell? Found at the scene
The
of
thing,
the
you know,
crime?
draped in
It was
blood.
covered in blood. And there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
But this now raises a question. Who's strong enough to lift
The
that?
victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no
Yeah.
mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yeah.
That's so creepy.
No.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer,
No,
Genocide Jack.
sorry, Dracula. It's not Genocide Jack. No. Oh, goddamn it. What is it this time? What? Okay, cool. Cool. Sorry, Byakuya. Gotta disagree on this one.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
Nope.
That's impossible.
That is right.
What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is.
Okay, so
The culprit is Case closed.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
yes, there is.
No, it's wrong.
Even though it also debunks it as well, because I think I said this already. The files
Might
in
know
the
one
Genocide
reason
Jack
it could be
case
involved.
were far more bloody than what this
I found
was.
file while I was looking around the archive in the library.
I believe you mean
I guess
Byakuya.
it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
You don't want to know,
A lot
dude.
of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines
Byakuya, did you
all the
bring stuff
specifics
to
of
read
every
while you
Genocide
went to
Jack
school?
case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every...
Oh, that's right. Bloodlust.
It's actually
Bloodlust.
bloodlust.
I don't know. I prefer
More important is
booblust.
the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
How the victim was positioned.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
Yep.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials
Because they
were
had
aware of it?
they snuck into the library.
There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Yep. Okay, this is what makes me think it
Genocide
can't be
Jack's
her.
true identity is Toko Fukawa.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec.
Yeah.
Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of
Hemophobia,
blood?
I think.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes.
Split personality.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so...
Cause he's Byakuya, that's why. Really? Are we doing this? Oh, fuck off.
Now I understand.
Schizo. I'm so happy they didn't make me spell schizophrenia.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file,
Yep.
too. They thought that the suspect might have... what did they
Dissociative
call it?
identity disorder.
Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Who saw her after she saw the blood?
Acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
I got
Her behavior changed?
You're
Is
talking about
that
how
actually
she
a question
started
they
acting
asked us?
Totally different than usual, right?
That's
Duh.
right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up,
She was, yeah, a Haggo-faced. Yeah, it's a little weird. World's, yep.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
But again, there are a lot of things that don't add up.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Close.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting
in.
It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid.
This seems too straightforward.
Inside of her, of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
What?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
But wait a
And
second.
that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only
So
yourself
it's
to
gonna
blame.
be an interesting
You came
turn
to
if
me
it's
with your
not.
Tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
Yep.
You said if I kept my promise,
Oh,
go out with me.
cold, Byakuya.
That's the only
Cold.
reason I promised.
how many
And you still
times
couldn't do
I
it.
have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got
Again,
from killing.
this is too
could you?
straightforward.
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished.
Mm-hmm.
All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean.
Yep. Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second,
Well, hello there. Is it me you were hoping to see?
I don't know what I was expecting, but I'm not disappointed in the slightest.
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
Interesting.
Intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back human. Just like how every inning has a
Her
top and a
tongue
bottom,
is
or
reaching
how in
into
the
her ear
depths
and
of
licking
every
it.
truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Jill, your tone's getting pretty annoying. Yes, it is.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation.
No.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's
Nope.
not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
Just kidding again.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
There we go.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
I do.
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's bothering me. Okay, let's see what they have to say. Let's see what we have for our status of dead body disappearing stone.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
She knows.
Give it up. You killed her.
Nope.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to?
Perhaps if you had an alibi.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident,
Nope, here we go.
the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof?
God damn it.
Give it up. You killed her.
Sorry, but I...
You say that. Perhaps if you had an...
Oh, an alibi.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches.
There we go. It wasn't bloody enough. Wow. What a bleak thing to say.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce,
There we go.
everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Exactly.
This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Murder weapon
I got it!
and
For one,
the blood everywhere.
The cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way.
Oh, and the scissors penetrated the wall.
According to the case file, they
Bravo.
were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking? So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was...
The bodies weren't hanged, they were pinned.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said,
Yes.
I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a
They were
look at
all
who the
males.
victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just a pattern. Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Because Chihiro was a girl.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo, bullseye, right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something
They
in
were
common.
dudes. They had external genitalia.
They were all... guys?
That's right! The people I killed with such passion and conviction are all adorable little
Uh-oh.
men!
That means Byakuya is the top prime target next.
So embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the movie side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Correct.
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lolly car!
Ooh.
Kurt?
Oh.
Never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Yep, there we go.
You used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of
You still have them, though.
envy of the entire world! Scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that? Da-da-da-da!
She's fully equipped.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm
This is
wrong.
taking a
Can't
beautiful
any
turn,
better
people.
dogs.
Just go ahead and just take it in.
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. The rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah, that's always figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Byakuya.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government
There we
documents
go.
or internal police records. Plus, you've already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr.
Nope, just
Togami did it?
plausible doubt.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on
yeah.
me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking,
I'd say from the
the
beginning.
way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
The locker rooms. It's suspicious. Very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree?
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy,
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what
Nope.
you want to say?
E-handbooks.
Was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
on the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Will do. Oh. What now? Ooh. Memorize it. Okay. All right, so this is something that we're familiar with, so let's just sit back and see how it proceeds.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it. That's a natural reaction for any guy.
The
I dig
victim
Hifumi.
was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room.
But how did
first.
you
There was
know?
no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
There we go. Okay. So it was straightforward.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... How?
If you're presented with the opportunity
Come on.
to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it. That's a natural reaction for any guy.
You know, you claim to be only 2D girls, but I beg to differ sometimes. There we go. How could he know beforehand?
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's Byakuya's attitude? He doesn't.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is.
There is more to it. Think about it.
Thank you,
just
Kyoko.
talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Evidence that proves Byakuya is... What is it, though? I can't think of anything. Wait a second. Okay, Celeste's account was that.
Want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
No, it was.
There must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Bullshit.
No, it's wrong.
It's extension cord, Byakuya. So,
Actually,
somebody's
I'm
pinning the
pretty
murder
sure
on
you
him.
have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Yep.
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time
There we go.
went missing after the murder.
Because it was used
And
to
there's
hang
no
the
way
body.
someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message.
You know, when you put it like
I
that,
intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it.
it does
Is
sound
that
kind of
about right?
ridiculous. Wait, not
What's
even
wrong?
involved.
I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened.
Nope.
So that's it, right?
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Sure. We really
Yes, we
need
do.
to. We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room and disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Where do I start with that? Wait, something's not right.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible
There we
that
go.
the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
Oh,
She
you're
was
just
found
butthurt
dead in the
because
girls' locker
you
room.
didn't think
There
about
is
it.
Absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
There we go.
Rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all
I
I
do.
believe I do.
Yes.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed
So we
somewhere else?
caught the ultimate prodigy
Come on,
off guard.
Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Okay, proof that the bodies were switched.
I got it!
There we go. You know, the inspirational
Proof that she was
posters.
killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters.
One of which
The
has
poster
blood
in the
space.
girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why
Little
would
bit.
the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee,
Yep.
aren't you?
There we go.
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it wasn't. It just got moved. So right now, it seems like she's the prime
stain
culprit.
On the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime,
So,
the blood
question is how, though?
carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder
We have the
did take
broken-
place in the boys' locker room,
Leon's broken
then
thing.
how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader
Hanakuma said they did have one big problem,
But
and if
Chihiro's
anybody were
handbook
to find
should
it, it
have
would be the
only
ultimate
allowed
programmer.
access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did.
have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
No, you can.
I'm telling you,
Yes.
Is it really possible?
Yes, it is.
Could
Come on.
Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah, I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
Nope.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
Well, that's
No,
true.
I think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, it's wrong.
That's kind of wrong. His handbook was broken. Well, busted
No,
in some
I
fashion.
don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you give up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using
Not if they're
someone else's
dead.
handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want.
There you go.
Safe.
Yup, yup, yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked this.
No.
She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify
That's
her
an interesting
own
question
handbook,
then.
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
No.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the?
Thank you, Kyoko.
You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
Through the other side.
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting?
Yes, it
Well,
will.
all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Yep.
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Yep. We're into the pool, aren't we? Class trial been put on hold. And I will put this episode on hold. It's been going on long enough. So thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll get to whodunit really quickly. So thank you guys for watching. If you have anything you want to say, make some noise down in the comments below. And thank you for staying weird.